What's up, 5th grade, and welcome to Studio 37. I trust you're having a wonderful fall. I hope you're staying on top of your tasks. I hope you're helping each other out, and I hope you're excited about this next unit in art. In this unit, we're going to look at non-local color, or the artist's ability to use color to express emotion. And one of the first art movements to ever do that was called Fauvism. Of course, Fauve translates to wild beasts in French, and the art critics were calling Henri Matisse and his counterparts wild beasts, not necessarily as an uplifting term, but more or less making fun of them for their new approaches to art making. Of course, Matisse was quite revolutionary, and not only did he start Fauvism, he went on to continue to paint and be one of the modern masters. He was a wonderful drawer, and towards the end of his career, he revolutionized the art form known as collage, which is how I make my art. So over the course of this unit, we are going to create a self-portrait using collage, using non-local color, using pattern, and we're also going to include an interior window, which is something Matisse often included in his paintings. So without further ado, I am going to send it over to my computer to examine the first artist to use non-local color and look at some work over the course of Henri Matisse's career. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope you enjoy this lesson. All right, as promised, we're going to take some time and look at Henri Matisse's work along with some of his Fauve colleagues, André Durand and Maurice de Vlaminck. And then we're going to look at some work later in Matisse's career and then some of the collages he made for the book Jazz at the very last year of his life. So again, he was using non-local color or color to express emotion. So here's some vocabulary words for this week, or these 3 weeks. We got local color, that's color used to describe things, as I just said. Non-local color is color used to express emotion. Abstract is art that doesn't look real, but you can tell what it is. The Fauves were a group of painters famous for pioneering their use of non-local color. Collage is art made by cutting out things and gluing them together. And Jazz, that's the book of collages made the last year of Matisse's life. So here's early Matisse. As you can tell, he's using color very expressively. He's one of the very first artists to ever do this. And Matisse always used bright, happy colors all throughout his career. And you see him trying to create a sense of happiness and joy, even though he's painting this right at the offset of World War I, when the world was in quite a trying place. This is André Durand, one of the other Fauve artists. And again, you see the pink and purple trees, you see the green water, the orange sky, very much using color more or less to express emotion rather than describe the objects that he was painting. Non-local color. The last Fauve artist I want to show you is Maurice de Vlaminck. And again, you see the same ideas repeated over and over and over again. Bright, bold colors used to express emotions. And usually these are very happy and uplifting emotions. Of course, this is in France in the Fauves, but about almost exactly the same time, there were German artists starting to use color expressively as well. And you might even be familiar with some of these. This painting here on the far left is by Edvard Munch. It's called The Scream. Again, these artists are using color expressively, but rather than the happy paintings that you see in Fauve artwork, you're much more likely to see, some rage or some despair in the German expressionists. So just like Henri Matisse and the Fauves use color to express love and joy and genteelness, the Germans were going through a different time in their country, and they're using color to express, despair or loss or dread. But moving on, I want to look at some of Matisse's mid-career stuff. Like I said, he often liked to include paintings that use lots and lots of patterns in flat space or space that doesn't necessarily make sense. But there's that interior window that I talked about when I showed you my example. Again, another interior window right here, and a window looking out to the sea. This one is covered in patterns. You see patterns there, patterns on the curtains, patterns on the floor. So very big artist when it comes to using patterns, and also including that window, which we are going to include in our final collage. And then the last stuff I want to look at is Henri Matisse's collages. Now this is called Jazz. The one on the left, this is a collage of a clown. The book Jazz was all about circus and circus performers. The collage on the right is called The Knife Thrower, which with the title I think you can kind of understand what's going on. And again, he's still using patterns, still using these organic shapes to make patterns, as well as the stripes in this piece. Very big in patterns, very big in bold color use, and just a wonderful collage artist. Welcome back, 5th grade. I hope you found the viewing of some of the first artists to use non-local colors work enlightening and exhilarating. I hope it inspires you to get creative as we start this project. This week, all I need you to do is practice using proper facial proportions, because as you see in my finished collage, I used proper facial proportions, or putting stuff in the right size, drawing stuff the right size and in the right place. I will make a follow-up video doing a facial proportion demonstration. Look for that to be on my website in the immediate future if it's not up today. And I want you to try and draw 3 different people using the proportioned method that I illustrate in the upcoming video. Thank you for your time and attention, and be sure to take care of yourself and hopefully somebody else.